Going on a trip with next generation English. We're gonna learn and dive into this magic land. We're gonna find some friends and learn some words. I want to see what you like. Your favorite food, your favorite team. Come in this journey with me. Next generation. Next generation. Next generation. English for you and me. Don't be scared of what you heard. English is not what you think. If you pay attention, you might just dream. Next generation, I wanna learn with you. You wanna learn with me? Hey, come on, let's work together in this. This project is for all of us who want to win. Next generation. Next generation. Next generation. English for you and me.
For those who don't remember who I am, my name is Eder, and I am here with my best friend Natalia. Keep in mind that together we are going to travel and learn more about our culture and region. We love learning about our Caribbean region. Hello, Natalia. Let the audience know who you are and what else we're gonna do in this program.
Hi everyone, my name is Natalia. I am 16 years old and I live in Puerto Colombia, Atlántico. I am really happy to start this English program with you. In this radio program, we're going to learn about different places and people, and we're going to do it in English. Do you like English, Heather? How about you guys? Do you like English?
Of course, I love English and I'm sure that our listeners love it too. I practice English with my friends and my family every single day. In this program, we are going to have different sections. Atlantic News, Sports, Get to Know Me, Let's Play, Listen Up, Get Ready with Me, Reading Nook, and Backpack. Natalia, please let us know what we are going to talk about in each section.
Well, Heather, first of all, we have Atlantic News, where we will talk about current events in our department. For example, information about the quarantine and important things happening in Atlántico. Then we have Sports, a section dedicated to our most important athletes and the sports we like a lot. We will also have a section for interviews called Get to Know Me. We will talk to some of the most interesting people you can think of.
Wow, we are going to learn a lot about our region, sports, and people with those sections. I can't wait. So far, my favorite section is about sports. Okay, what else do we have for our audience, Natalia?
Next, our most fun section. Let's play. We will play games together and we will have some challenges for you too. It will be so much fun. Listen up, it's our music section. We will discuss the greatest hits in English of all time. Finally, our beauty section for all you beautiful people. Get ready with me. We will talk about the latest trends in fashion, makeup, hair, and even health.
I'm really excited to listen to those sections. Let me tell you that I love traveling and discovering new things. That's why, in our backpack section, we'll be traveling to different towns from our department. We will take our backpacks and take our imagination to discover more and more about these places. Remember, imagination can take you anywhere.
Yeah, Heather, that sounds cool. I remember that I saw you with many books in your backpack. So let me ask you, do you like reading books and short stories?
You have to be kidding me. Reading is my passion. This is one of my favorite parts of the day.
Well, I think that you're going to love this section, Reading Nook. This is a relaxing section. We will pick a book and we will read it together.
Natalia, that sounds awesome. But I'm sure that our listeners have this question. What is a reading nook?
A reading nook is a place where you can sit and take a breath. It should be a corner, or if you like, it could be an entire room in your home dedicated to your needs and unique personality. Basically, it is your own space to read. Heather, do you have your own reading nook?
Honestly, my favorite spot to read is in my backyard. I have a big tree and I sit under it. It's really fresh. You know, I love nature.
Hey everyone, I'm Natalia. Thanks for listening to this section. Get to know me. I am glad that today we're going to continue talking about our neighborhoods. Estoy muy contenta porque continuaremos hablando de nuestros barrios. Today we'll learn new words and phrases to talk about all those places that surround us. So, you're going to get to know different places and how to talk about them. Last section, we had the chance to be in my neighborhood. Today, we'll be visiting Heather's neighborhood. Let's go!
Hi Natalia, welcome to my neighborhood. Bienvenida a mi barrio. I'm really happy to continue talking about this topic, our neighborhoods, nuestros barrios. En el episodio pasado, aprendimos a deletrear la palabra neighborhood. Let me spell the word neighborhood once more. Neighborhood. Neighborhood. Definitivamente sí aprendí, porque he practicado toda la semana. Today, we are going to learn practice vocabulary to talk our neighborhoods. I'm sure that all this vocabulary will be helpful to our listeners. Vamos a aprender mucho vocabulario. Let's do it!
Yeah, that sounds great. Hey Heather, your neighborhood looks really nice. I have heard that in this neighborhood people can find whatever they need. He escuchado que en este barrio las personas pueden encontrar lo que necesiten. There are lots of shops and things to do here. Heather, where is your house?
Follow me. My house is over there. It's just 2 blocks away from here. Let's keep walking. My friends can find my house easily because it's next to a big store called El Granero. It is an old store where people can find food and other stuff. The owner is my friend. Well, it's my father's best friend. They started together and they built a strong relationship.
That sounds great. I hope our friendship lasts forever as their owners and your fathers. Acabamos de aprender a decir tienda en inglés. In English, we say a store. Let me spell it for you. S-T-O-R-E. A store. We can also say shop. S-H-O-P. Shop. Well, let's continue discovering more about your neighborhood. Vamos a continuar descubriendo más sobre tu barrio.
Natalia, look over there. There is a church This church is really popular in this town and in my neighborhood. Esta iglesia es muy popular en este pueblo y en mi barrio. The church in English is iglesia. Let me spell it for you. Church. C-H-U-R-C-H. Church.
Heather, what is the difference between a church and a cathedral? I know that there is a cathedral in Barranquilla that is called Maria Reina, but I have been to different municipalities and towns and I only see churches there.
Before I answer that question, let me spell the word cathedral. C-A-T-H-E-D-R-A-L. Cathedral. The cathedral is a much larger place of worship than a church and it's run by a bishop. A church is run by a group of priests. The bishop usually resides on the cathedral premises. Ahora debes estar pensando, ¿qué es un bishop? Bishop is obispo in Spanish. Let me spell it for you. B-I-S-H-O-P. Bishop. Is this clear to you?
Yeah, I got it. A church is any place of worship that has a permanent congregation and is run by a pastor or priest. People might go to a church on Sundays and also really love hosting your church's book club, for example. A cathedral is a church that's run by a bishop. It's the principal church within a diocese.
Well, it seems that you know more than me about religion. That's great.
I have learned some things from my mother. She's really religious. Okay, show me more of your neighborhood. Are there any places to drink something and chill out?
Sure, let's go to that bakery. It's the best of this town. A bakery is a place where bread and cakes are made and sometimes sold. Let me spell it for you. B-A-K-E-R-Y. Bakery. Bakery is panadería in Spanish. I love eating bread. Natalia, do you like bread?
Yeah, I love eating bread too. Let's order some. I am starving. Tengo mucha hambre.
Well, I'm done. What now? What do you want to do? ¿Qué quieres hacer?
I want to take some photos of your neighborhood. Quiero tomar algunas fotos de tu barrio. Where can we do that?
Well, I think that we should go to that park over there. It's really Instagrammable. You know, there are a lot of cool things there. There is a huge garden with a lot of colorful flowers. Let me spell the word garden. G-A-R-D-E-N. Garden. Garden is jardín in Spanish.
That sounds great. Let's go to that park. It looks like I will taken some great photos there. I'll post them on my Instagram.
Here we are. This park is really popular. People come here to talk and play with their relatives and friends. There is a huge garden over there. There is a soccer field next to the garden. Children play soccer and sometimes they organize some tournaments. They are really competitive.
Heather, take my picture here. Heather, take another picture of me here.
Well, these photos will get a lot of likes on your Instagram account. They are really cool.
Thanks, Heather. I really appreciate it. You're such a great photographer. I'm tired. Let's go to your house.
Yeah, I think it's time to show you my house. Let's go there. It's just 1 block away from here.
You have a nice house. Hey, who's that person over there?
Look over there. That's my neighbor. Ese es mi vecino. He is 30 years old and he is an industrial engineer. He's married and he has 2 kids. We really get along very well. Nos las llevamos muy bien.
It's great that you get along with your neighbors. Heather, are you a good neighbor?
That's a great question. Well, I consider myself that I am a good neighbor. You know, I know my neighbors. When there is a new neighbor, I introduce myself. I always greet them in passing with a wave or a friendly hello.
That's great. I do believe that's the best way to start a good relationship with your neighbors. Say hello and smile. That definitely breaks the ice. When I have new neighbors, I invite them to my house to get to know them.
That's really nice. Being a good neighbor helps to build stronger communities. Ser buenos vecinos ayuda a construir comunidades más fuertes.
Yeah, I agree with you. Neighborhoods are communities. That's why solving issues calmly is very important. Sometimes you might take issue with your neighbor, whether it's their dog barking late at night, they're mowing their grass too early in the morning, or they're installing a fence that you don't like. It happens.
Yeah, that's true. It's important to deal with the issue tactfully. Try solving the issue in person, like face to face, through a polite conversation. Always take the direct approach rather than being passive or aggressive.
Well, it's time to go back home. I have to take the bus to go back to my neighborhood that's in another town. So I should get going. Thank you for the invitation, Heather. It was nice to walk around your neighborhood.
Bye bye, Natalia. See you next time. Hello again, Natalia. Welcome to Let's Play. Today we're going to play a game. This game is about asking and answering questions. These questions will help me to figure out what kind of neighbor you are. Estas preguntas me ayudarán a saber qué tipo de vecino eres.
Well, I already told you I am a great neighbor. So I don't think I have to take a quiz to find that out.
Well, if you are sure about it, you shouldn't be nervous about it. This quiz is called What Kind of Neighbor Are You? This is very simple to follow. I will say a sentence or a statement and you have to complete it. Based on your answers, I will give you my conclusion. Is that clear?
Fine, it's clear. You say something and I have to complete what you say. Vas a decir unos enunciados y debo completarlos. It's pretty simple. Go ahead.
Here we go. When you see a neighbor moving in, you...
Okay, so when I see a new neighbor moving in, I introduce myself and provide them with a personal need-to-know checklist, including contact information. That's very helpful.
Okay, let's continue. You had an outdoor barbecue last night.
Well, I had an outdoor barbecue last night, so I cleaned up my trash right away and offered my neighbor food.
Next one. You have a dog and...
I have a dog and I let my dog out in the backyard and I watch him so he doesn't bark too much. No one likes a barky dog next door.
Sure, it's really annoying to have a barky dog next door. Let's continue. You hear that your neighbor has lost their father.
Well, I sent my neighbor a sympathy card and I might go to the funeral. Losing a relative is hard. I know that's a difficult time, so supporting makes a difference.
Next one. Your neighbors are talking about a block party.
I love block parties, so I help organize the block party and I bring food and drinks to the party.
Last but not least, you have lived in your home for a month.
Well, I'd celebrate by inviting my neighbors over for dinner. I love celebrations. So, Eder, what do you think? Am I a good neighbor?
Well, you are more than that. You are a great neighbor. You go above and beyond for your neighborhood. You help plan events, you get involved with local groups, and even include your neighbors at monthly dinners with homemade desserts. You generally want to be part of the community and contribute to the well being of the neighborhood's growth and success. Congratulations, Natalia.
Thanks for the kind words, Eder. I appreciate it.
Well, that's all for this section. We learn new words and we also learn about how to be a good neighbor. See you around, listeners. Are you in a reading nook? I hope all of you are now in your reading nook because it's time to be really attentive. We are going to start our segment, Reading Nook. Last section, we started reading Moby Dick, and we have an activity to check. Are you ready?
Yes, I am ready. I really liked this book. I answered all the questions, and for sure, our listeners have their own answers too. I really want a 5, the highest score.
Well, Natalia, you will get a 5 if you give me the right answers for all the questions. But don't worry about the score, because in this space, the most important thing is that you learn.
Okay, Heather, I know that the most important thing is to learn, but believe me, I won't make any mistakes. Let's start.
Let's start with the first question. Did Captain Garrider see the white whale, Moby Dick?
Yes, he saw the white whale Moby Dick.
Great, Natalia, that's right. Here we go with another question. Did Captain Garrinder kill Moby Dick?
No, he did not kill Moby Dick. His men harpooned the whale, but it swam away and pulled a boat after it.
Yes, Natalia. Next question. Why was Captain Garrinder sad?
I think I'm getting a perfect score as always. His son was on that boat that Moby Dick pulled.
Yes, it is. If you get the next question right, you'll get a perfect score. Here we go. What did Captain Ahab ask Pig to do?
He asked him to stay in his room for the next few days.
Wow, Natalia, you are on fire!
Did I get all the answers right?
Yeah, you got all the answers right. You really pay attention to this chapter of this book called Moby Dick. Okay, today we are going to read a new chapter of this book. Natalia, I'm sure that you and all our listeners are really excited to continue with this adventure.
Sure, Heather. Let me remind our listeners that it is very important to pay close attention to this story. We always have some questions to check if you're following the story. Chapter 11. The Fight Begins. Some days later, Captain Ahab and Starbuck stood and watched for whales. Captain Ahab spoke sadly to Starbuck. "What kind of life do I have?" he said. 40 years of hard work, little sleep, little money. I married my dear wife and the next day I left on a whaling ship for 3 years. I feel old, Starbuck, old and tired. I think of my family. My young son is sleeping now.
My son is sleeping too, answered Starbuck. Why don't we go home and see our boys, Captain? Then suddenly, Captain Ahab's face changed. Wait! Moby Dick is near. Very, very near. I can feel him. The hope left Starbuck's face, and it turned sad again. He walked slowly away from Captain Ahab and went back to work. Captain Ahab was right. Moby Dick was very near. White whale! White whale! The captain shouted the next morning. And there he was, the largest and most dangerous animal in the ocean. But at this minute he was beautiful. When he came up out of the water, his great white body shone in the morning sun. Birds followed him and flew above him. Captain Ahab's face shone too. He was a child again, happy and excited. Get the boats, men! Move! He shouted. We didn't have many boats after the strong winds. Captain Ahab and his men climbed into the first boat. Captain Ahab spoke to Starbuck before he left. Stay here, he said. Then you can see your wife and child again. Now we were in the boats. Moby Dick came up out of the water again. He was a huge white mountain. There were harpoons in his body from his many fights with whalers. When he hit the ocean again, water showered down on us. Then he swam down into the dark water and the ocean was quiet. Where was he? We sat for hours in our boats and waited. Suddenly, Tashtigo shouted, The birds! Look! The birds were above us, so Moby Dick was near. We looked into the water. Something was down there. It came nearer, it got bigger and bigger. Then he was there, the huge white whale. He came up under Captain Ahab's boat. His mouth opened. I could see his teeth. He closed his mouth on Captain Ahab's boat and took it out of the water.
Fidalat and his men jumped into the ocean. Captain Ahab didn't jump. He stayed in the boat and shouted at Moby Dick. He tried to fight him, but he couldn't. His harpoon was in the ocean now, and he couldn't move easily with his well-bound leg. Then the boat broke and fell into the ocean. But Moby Dick didn't swim away. He started to swim around Captain Ahab and his boat. He began slowly. Then he swam faster and faster. We couldn't get near him in the other boats. We couldn't help Captain Ahab. That whale is playing with him, said Stop. The birds flew around and around in the sky above Moby Dick. Get the whale, bring the Pequod, shouted Captain Ahab. The noise from the ocean and the birds was very loud. Could anybody on the Pequod hear him? But the Pequod's sail went up. It turned and started to sail to the white whale. We watched from our boats. It's going to hit Moby Dick, we shouted. But suddenly Moby Dick went down into the water again. The water stopped moving. The ocean was quiet. Moby Dick didn't come back. The whalers on the Pequod pulled Captain Ahab and his men out of the water. Captain Ahab's men were really afraid now. They shouted and cried, but Fidalat didn't speak. He walked away and looked out at the ocean. How did he feel? His cold black eyes showed nothing. Captain Ahab went to his room and got the gold. This gold is mine now, he shouted to the whalers. I saw Moby Dick first, but I will give it away. we will kill Moby Dick. The only question is when. Who will see the white devil first on that day? That man will get his goal. Starbuck shouted at Captain Ahab. Didn't you learn anything today? Are you really crazy? You have to stop. Don't go after that well again. Huh? Captain Ahab answered. Today was nothing. You are nothing. I'm going to finish this. I stop when the white devil is dead, with my harpoon in his white devil's body. Okay, this is all for today's Reading Nook. Reading books in English is really important for learning this language. When I read a book, I learn vocabulary and practice my English by discovering new things in each story. Now, it's time to check your understanding. In this new activity of this book, we have some questions that you need to answer. Keep in mind that all these questions are based on the pages that we just read. Are you ready?
Yes, we are ready.
Okay, let's start. Listen to 4 questions and write the answers. Keep in mind that we'll check them in the next Reading Nook session. Here we go. Question number 1. Why was Starbuck sad? Question number 2. Did Captain Ahab find Moby Dick? Question number 3. What happened to Captain Ahab? Question number 4. Why was Starbuck angry with Captain Ahab?
Next time on Reading Nook, we will answer the questions together. Stay tuned to learn more about Moby Dick. Bye!